You will be living in this particular unit for free. So here's the thing. I get a lot of calls, people looking for deals. Sometimes they're looking for cash flows. But this particular property I'm going to show you today is one of my listings. And in my opinion, it is a great way for somebody who's going to do house hacking. It's never too late to have a new hobby. Surf camp is just a 13-minute walk from this particular fourplex here in the city of Pompano, and also kite surfing. Let's take a look. Look at this amazing view. You can also do some kayaking, or if you just want to go for a really nice walk, this is actually a public beach access. You can walk on the main street all the way here. We're going to show you on the map exactly how long. And there's a second entrance here that's also just about 3 minutes away. It's a little hidden spot, but I'm going to show you that one too. So it is a 3-minute drive from the public beach access all the way to the fourplex. So we are on the main street, which is North Ocean Boulevard. As you can see, you have Canada House West, and this is Canada House East. This is a secret path. This is public. Anyone can come here. So this is actually closer than the other one I showed you, which is also a beach access, public. The other one has parking. This one doesn't really have parking. So this is where you would come through if you're actually walking here. And that's about a 9 to 11-minute walk. What I really love about this particular area is right next to Hillsboro Mile. And Hillsboro Mile is a 3.2-mile stretch of just all mansions and estates here in South Florida. You have about 60 homes, some of the most expensive homes in that particular neighborhood. But it is secluded because it is far away from everything else. You have 6 parking spaces here, okay, for all the 4 units. So a couple of them could have 2 cars, and then the other ones 1 car. So 6 parking spaces throughout. We also are walking distance to the public beach. You have a public beach, which is about a 9 to 11-minute walk, depending on how fast do you walk. And then there's a second entrance where you actually have parking. If you want to drive there, it's a 3-minute drive. The first thing you should know about this is this one is running on solar panels. So your electrical bill is very, very low. It's like nothing, basically. And you have a pool that you're going to share with the other people that you may rent to, the tenants, impact windows and impact doors and all the 4 units. Every unit also has a washer and dryer that you're going to see. And you could actually rent these units to nurses that are here on projects. They're doing certain things here that may need a 3-month rental, a 4-month rental. So like the midterm rental. And you can also do seasonal. Seasonal here is very hot because we have a lot of the Canadians coming here, people from New York. I mean, it is a great location. So let's take a look inside. So all the doors have your electrical keypad to get started. These are all impact windows. And all the units have been renovated. So when you buy this, you don't really have to do anything. It's all done. The floors were done in the last few years. There's no popcorn ceilings. And this living room, it's pretty spacious for being a fourplex type of unit. You got a big TV here, so you got an area to entertain and spend some time. So let's take a look around here. The dining area can accommodate 4 chairs here, which is perfect size for this type of unit. And the kitchen has been renovated. As you can see, you got the granite stone here. You got stainless steel refrigerator, all in very good, basically almost new condition. So dishwasher, electrical stove, new cabinets. This will be your pantry. So now you see the kitchen. It's good space here. You have at least, I'm going to say at least 36-inch wide here. So 2 people could be in the kitchen, 1 person here and 1 person here. Now let's walk around. Every unit has a laundry room. Let me show you the bathroom. The bathroom has been completely done. It's very, very nice. You got space here. You got 2 drawers, your sink, your mirror, and a nice tub with a shower and an impact window. If you wanted to open that for some ventilation when you're taking a hot shower, then that works. Now this bedroom has a queen size bed, and It's still pretty spacious, okay? You still have a dresser there with a TV and a closet. And then here on the window, you have a lot of privacy because you already have the mature hedges, which is one of my favorites. You have the Clusia trees. I always talk about these in my videos because they're so efficient. They're so great to have for privacy and low maintenance. It's good for your water bill as well. Now, you're probably wondering, what are they asking for this home? Currently, this property is on the market for a little bit over $2 million. However, everything's negotiable. This is a good place that you can actually buy, put a decent down payment, get a traditional loan with today's interest rates, and then rent the other units. And you can decide as an owner whether you want to do short-term rental, midterm rental, seasonal rental, or long-term rental. So let's say you qualify for an FHA loan, and the limit here right now in July of 2026 is actually 1.288. So that means you will have to have a substantial down payment, roughly about $712,000 to buy this property right now. So if you have savings, maybe you've been saving for a very long time, this could be a good opportunity for you. You can take advantage of an FHA loan. I'm going to take an average here based on my personal experience and interest rates today in July of 2026. Let's say you get a 6%, 6.5% interest loan. Your payments are going to be roughly about, I'm going to tell you right now, about $7,700 a month. Plus you have taxes, plus you have insurance. So roughly, okay, you're going to be looking at estimated payments of principal, interest, taxes, and insurance of a little bit under $12,000. Now, let's say you don't have $700,000 to put down and you still want to buy this property and you still want to do the house hacking. The second choice that you have here is a conventional loan, 30-year mortgage conventional loan. Now, let me give you those numbers. You have 20% down payment. You're looking at about $400,000 right now. That means that you will have a loan roughly about 1.6 if you buy this property, let's say for $2 million. Your estimated monthly principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is going to be about $14,300. Now, you live in one unit, okay, and we're going to rent the other three. Currently, the summer rates for properties like this, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, are going anything between like $220 to $240 per night. And on average, just do the math. So let's say on average, during the summer, you rent one of the units about $220 a night, okay? And we do that, multiply that by 30, you're at $6,600. But let's say you have an occupancy of 75%. You're looking at gross income of just a little bit under $5,000. $5,000. Now, you got 3 units at that, okay? You're looking at about roughly a little bit less than $15,000 for additional income. That will cover your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And remember, we talked about a conventional loan with 20% down with payments of about $14,000. So you will be living in this particular unit or one of the 4 units for free. For free. So let's analyze the fact that you're not going to do Airbnb. Let's say you don't like to do short-term rental. You don't want to deal with the cleaning and all these other things that are with Airbnb or short-term rentals. And you want to do the seasonal or you want to do the midterm. Depending on the time of the year, you could get in these units, if you were to go midterm, anything between like $2,800 a month to like $3,800 a month. So let's assume you ended up doing that and you average that out. You're still going to live almost for free. You're looking at roughly, if you rent the 3 units at $3,800 each, about $11,400. So that means that you will basically be paying for your own unit anything between like $25,000 to $3,000 a month. So you're not living 100% for free, but you're really getting a good discount, owning the property. This is a very small pocket in Pompano Beach, but you're right next to Hillsboro Mile. Another person that will be interested in buying this type of investment will be one of the people that own one of those mansions or estates on Hillsboro Mile, and maybe they want to have their crew live very close by. And let's say they have multiple families. They got four families that work for them. This will be a great property for that as well because they're just minutes away from Hillsboro Mile. Okay, the third option that you have to purchase this particular property is through seller finance. Now, I'm not necessarily advertising this, but I had a conversation with the owner of this property and she's open to seller finance. However, you're going to have a substantial down payment. I just got a call a few days ago from a young man who says, I have 50% down. So he has $1 million to purchase this home. What are the terms going to look like? So here's the preliminary numbers that we run. You put $1 million down payment, you get seller finance for another $1 million. You're looking at an interest rate of maybe, let's say, 5.5%, 6%. Okay. And then you also looking at interest only, because you're going to put a really big down payment. I think we could have some flexibility as far as the terms. Now, you're not going to have a seller finance for 30 years. This is going to be what we call a balloon, which is basically going to be a 2 to 3 year balloon. So you will have 2 to 3 years to get traditional finance. Why is this good for somebody? This is good for somebody who may be doing a 1031 exchange. And this is good for somebody who may not want to get a traditional loan with a bank and go through the entire paperwork. If you go on the website right now on Airbnb or VRBO, any of the short-term platforms, you're going to find that this particular property already has an established record. And one of the advantages of someone purchasing a property that's already been running as a business is you're basically going to get the benefit of that. You're going to have the experience from the host. This particular property currently has a rating of 4.97, which is really good. It also has 60 reviews at the moment. If you go on the website right now, they're offering $584 for 2 nights. So they're renting this property for a minimum of 2 nights. I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in learning about South Florida investment, South Florida luxury homes, and you want to go on these tours with me. Subscribe to my channel. Every single week, I'm going to share insights about South Florida. Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, Hillsboro, Lighthouse Point. Now, if you are an active investor, let me ask you a question and drop it in the comments. Have you ever heard of cost segregation? If you have never heard of cost segregation, drop it in the comments below. I have a video coming soon about cost segregation. Cost segregation is a great strategy for people who are looking to invest and defer their taxes. Now, if you are outside of the city of Fort Lauderdale or Pompano Beach or South Florida in general, and you would like to schedule a consultation, we're always available to have a full consultation via Zoom. So send me a DM or drop it in the comments. Let me know that you're interested in an investment consultation. We have many other properties like this one. I'm showing you this one is one of my listings, but there's some other additional properties similar in the area. We also have properties in the lower price point, and we also have buildings that are like 8, 9, 12 units. So if this is something that you're interested in exploring, send me a DM. I look forward to connecting with you, and subscribe to my channel so you can continue to get educated about the real estate market here in South Florida.